Okay, so I said Badwam Mpensenpensenmu co-foreign Sister Sandy and I feel yeah Bema Wallace almost abe omoje twaso a kopem say be medie no say wonso nya kwanya timi ne ko mo mine Kwabna Santi incoming Ashanti regional chairman for the NDC atna say so na Benjamin Ayenso atna say this is from the office of the president. Temporary ban on foreign travels by all ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and heads of government agencies. The President of the Republic has directed that all foreign travels by honorable ministers, deputy ministers, MMDCs, and heads of government agencies be temporarily suspended with immediate effect. Guidelines in respect of future foreign travels aimed at minimizing disruption to government domestic work will be communicated to you shortly. The Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration is, however, exempted from this temporary ban on foreign travels. Please acknowledge receipt and accept for strict compliance. It's signed, Honorable Akusha Fremosai Opare, Chief of Staff, and all sector ministers and deputies, all regional ministers and deputies, all MMDCs, all heads of government agencies, and a copy to the Secretary to the President, the Secretary to the Vice President, the Chief Director, Office of the President, Jubilee House, Accra. Yamina Kwaba.
Yania.
Bibia Kama.
Yamia Daroma.
Kumasia Kwan Yaguso ye.
Dear him.
Omasha say Kumasia Kwan. And I'm so happy.
Omajai.
Omunya no ada na mfi Kumasi ba.
Omunya fa na wo.
When about honum airport when about so ma block the omo ye wo honum. Enu amani tua omo de yi ni guso. Ewo Jofel honum no. Also Jofel honum filling station total na shell na. Sa kwa na di ku rura from CPC honum no.
Okay.
Mejina ho, na se mejina ho omo ye kwa no.
But so osa be fa the oforukrum batek.
Yeah, me for oforukrum.
So kwa na
yeah, me for oforukrum.
What dey no say yeah.
Debbie.
And
I'm so much as yeah, mia.
So sometimes they started and they stopped.
But what I see was just yesterday they were doing it.
Oh, come baby for a we say I stop baby.
Other areas, no?
Of course.
Okay, well,
I'm just holding cable.
It's likewise someone to manage a car park. I'm also looking at projects. I am surprised that a whole government. This is a minister talking. As a minister,
this is
a minister talking. But this is a minister talking. So the reason is no. I've been there.
Minister, there.
Simon Simmons has been making.
Oh, yeah. For Simon, they are not changing. Apart from also, KJ minister is who trans.
But I've been there, and the minister claims that at the end of the year, can you say you better bring a car park because you people.
When they have turned the car parks into stores. When one who see moments and Ankasa Tenassia turn ho into stop. My mention as in free and chair me chair and busy for go. We had my family for a crack. Oh, Simon throw about judge.
No, I refuse to agree saying true.
Oh, maybe I'm metro.
No, I refuse.
You know, I'm just maybe I'm metro. No matter I suppose so sells what now.
No, me just I would disagree because we are called Akosha.
But another no call honum no.
And then
me can in 2016 one ko hobi. And now call on who car park and the one who stores. I won't
build such a project
and we tell them I'll betray me back my back. But one who said car parking has been reduced to stores. And who? I don't know one who's there. No. One who said car park originally who call in there, but and I saw some more because he has turned half of it into stores.
But again, issue so.
No, but didn't you see it?
Okay,
last week Saturday, and I end this for
consensus elections.
Okay. And you more my win and a ball more about so. Fortunately, me call Boise. I was both for Boise West and East, and my secretary Biggie, Adama, Esther, and a lot of them. So, but the BIMO also want to abandon. BIMO financial constraints, or budget issues. It been also injunctions. You know, they now before the end of the weekend, be sort out their issues. Their work court and also no court will determine a year or more. At the into more money to you and so no, yama or more or the best into a year the elections and. Made a whole race, they offer income. So I know concerns not to me now, so
okay.
Catch them.
We wish you all the best in the race.
Look, I catch them. In 2017, there was a planned demonstration against the MPP. Only said the first phase of the project. You know, we hear me one
because all the left house. You see, my challenge with Kumasi is that Bantima, a honor no shano pa. One year careful because it nipa nyina be go about ya jam.
Oh, confusing crofon ko Bantuma, ko Bantuma obe Kumasi.
Okay, yanko
project. 2016. Uku Kumasi hobby and a Jomama ebe commission the first phase of the project. Uko honum no de uhu ye ne na yepe. Na omudi he na turn ade no car park into the car park size. Ewo asimo se mensa kasa asem no ye nya journalist e wo Kumasi. Ene mo so am won kan how to tell him that ade na ye no you are changing the architecture drawings of it. I don't man can
change to suit the present day requirements.
Suit ni dey he baby a car ne be park no. Pillars na sisi ho no ma ye esoro no. Pillars no has been turned into stores. Didn't you see it? Or mine wo ka kire me so wan huna. Kumasi has raised issues about it. In 2017, Omukov it further to say they will even demonstrate against the project. Project Anka 2016 December, you commissioned the first phase for drivers to enter. 1.5 years in it. Yeah, the whole develop project. We say
na court sem twitwa.
Court ni ne dey hen.
Asase ho dan structure.
Dan ne da ho si wo. Ana hu.
Afa na
no sa dan no e da ho si wo.
Pre afa na
sa dan no a wo ka ho ase. It doesn't affect the work of the KMA. O mine e dan yi wo zoo nanim. Zoo nanim ho so de wo ho aye ka kwan. Ekwan a edi zoo no e divide zoo no from the KJTR project. Baby a car and never park no. Hey, the entrance of it which doesn't come close to the diner. So how does a diner affect progress work in the KJTR project? But the point is that if Simon say kasi yenya car park and farm ma, you should tell Simon that they have come to redesign the
redesign probably because of lack of space for cars.
Oh, na lack of space for cars. Lack of space for cars. You bring space for stores. Is that what you are telling us? Me see you are converting Adeno into stores. Busa KJTR wo Kumasi say if car parks have not been turned into stores and they are still building the stores.
I see, but more time, what is she able to committee?
She say any say achi ho ni na e car park. Asie ni na e car park. Asuro no KJTR so unze name no ka say one who KJTR see the city. But the point is that baby a car never park no. MPP say buy we must build stores e car park na free ho. Amene car be come na route 20. Yes, and how will Simon same as come and stand in front of media people like who nim that say ade na wo kan nya no kra na masa hwe na manaka. Ade. O pese o mu bua o mu shift blame in something that they have caused. Kuma si fuwo bua fuwo mo. They should come and explain. Beginning crowd almost KJTR na gold na yetu. One is asem. Ye nya hwe ye gold kura na yetu e wo KJTR. And say yetim yesi. And a car park ni so. Yes, it's so. But stores na yesi ni here and see ekebesanya additional space. Who is building those stores? Was it part of the original plan for KMA? Kachire musa siwon. One can chire look ni asem bia kan men kasa. It's not by force. Because what kind of people will expose you?
Okay, all right. I want to say Kumasi in Komodi, Okasa Udia, a bit also the different angle. Because there are a lot of things in Kumasi, I'll come back to because almost stores. I told you, for instance, marketing. You know what is happening more and more.
But so this year, beer, no?
Yeah, beer, no more. You see what is happening in Ghana? Some more budget chain, more the same, more the store back could be 70,000, 80,000 Ghana cedi. Now, nipa baku timi tobe eduasa. Na stores naka because nipa do na nyesi kan fa gotua store naka. It is stores no mo ye ma ya na ewum dada no.
But say nipa wom. You say nipa wom because MPP for na the stores na ma nipa wom.
Oh wait, I don't no matter say
Nyame adom
for say that Kumasi is really under the spotlight.
Kumasi de hu hia se be.
Kumasi is on the
spotlight. Kan ho asem a.
Edika. Akwan do ni na say Kumasi, that's where munya akukudu timi busa ya mi musa na kwan be na muso moye Kumasi na afede ni nyina agye se mo Kumasi akwan de e cut off Abrepo junction e cut down ko for Kumasi girl so ukuru bokrom de just off na obojuju be bi kama de but you ask them say kwan be na moye Ashanti region na no so moye kwan
enti se bi se ase ne di bisa ana
And I'm saying to the Mutimina could do Busano.
Anyway, they can me chia with tea for no.
But you say a bit me actually.
So, yes, you bet me actually since you try na ye hu a ade chi
It was a form.
Yes. Enti mo kwan papa na mo yi ye na within 1 year ye buy no. Ni nyina atutu no. E na edi adanse e kire nwuma se mpomu ye bi dia nwuma mo ye no. Within a year no. E ho adanse die e na eba out no. But Kumasi KJT issues here mo kofa ba mu. Me dem nkɔhwɛ. But say Yami Kase President Mahama Echo Commission the first phase. You see, a part of problems say na me war of NDC. Lack of planning, proper planning. They don't plan anything through. They don't think through things. And so no more Russia kwakoye, no more all kinds of faces. They said or not here or kase new administration by no more redesigning. That is not true. That is not true. I challenge him. On for the original plan na yehwe. Say new administration by no more redesigning na. One thinking through the project no well. And I'm commission bi ni ade ade. I'm for complaining say parking lots any home one. You come and sit here say baby am jaye do.
Because as part of fact, the project in the car park there.
Asen be na can say. E wa bra na nka bo munim the magnitude of that area no cars are come expect your Why na niti under normal circumstances obeka say baby a stores no oba be redesign into a car park. Man been get through ni ye. And I created the problems today. I feel best ye obi kan na mo shift blame no. Ebi ni rules asemi ya ye ke. Mo na mo say mo yi the best of rules. And President Mahama had the gas to point to Ghanaian contractors say omo nkɔhwɛ akɔ Burkina Faso contractor bi road amaye. Na mo nyina nkonko susuan. Sa road na no 6 months or so 1 year plan started to 2 years. And the same thing and then there was who di ho dance here e wo Kumasi the year was ni nyina SSS. That is simple. So mo year ya. Also we dey clear into mo ntimi defend them. Now the same thing na KGT structure no so no. Omo designing ni ye. Ma ene problems all hun eba outer or be person change goalpost ni say obi na redesigning. So for the meeting. No, ya ma mo nyesa. Ya mamunya sa but we no nya we no achi ne yeba be dio ye be solve problems a o maja dia mayan because you see the jawa ne dia so. That is why koku bisa nkura ye kwatro BC na say so aban afa eka ni nyina o makwatro exams free almost have because secondary school free secondary school. He said also uncle. Oh yes. E dey ntise mo amota mo na nkora enko school because now for edis can be no. So
almost almost
ya absorb mo time no ne bi ni sika
Ghana high kwara bi o churo BC bi free.
Oh, you can't this is now you can't public sector. You know it. You know it. Sana you school feeding by. Private school. Hold on.
40% of Enkorano private schools. And now tonight radio TV so now say akwara bi o churo BC bia and you the moderator says down and allow it to
but
go.
Of course every Abanshi say or see public school be a may abide.
So make it clear.
No, hold on, but you don't also point as if say it's the responsibility of the government that all private school are or no necessary over farm worker. Is that what you want to say?
But
it can be so. But the minister has made it clear on this matter of private public schools.
No, but the point is that in your Korabia or Churo BC bia, in your fan worker, you should know that.
You see.
And I
am me. And they are Monday to me. Madam was no. Trivia now push me to be okay, but
she said public schools.
That's exactly what I want you to do. Yes.
A buying FI. It's your person the private for Babacam.
Wama Makai late than Lati. That party cry the GCPP. Because I na omo pede no presidential candidate and a media for Mubisa interview. Question be Mubisa say the vice the running mate no hwan or so modi no bru home or bachelor or your bar na say bema so wan your bar
bema
and you may be home a basic it is expected say average person be will know. So for them
do you say aban absorb
you can't aban a year how do you expect to say
private
cover private who can say this school feeding by they call public schools no almost opposition ye did this as I did Ghana for man or private schools in Ghana for big cohort. Be someone by 8 years no. Say private school back who crowd home with school feeding koyana. That's the hypocrisy of this NDC guys. I then also no pa. Ome ya ban dwuma no. Omo tete aban ka mu na anasa aban fie. I don't know ankasa also ye Ghanaian tin aban should pay you and they give you a house because also ye Ghanaian. I don't know make that argument. Emma uncle for. Ti nya Ghana for I don't aban workers there. Wa mom baby te. Na ye ni a o ma ya dwuma ni bi nya o sa ma ye fie so ntrem. So me kai rope ba sa no mo ye hu didi sa say ye che Ghanaians no e wa yi nyina o se tun register mo and this for no e Ghana ni a aban man scholarship fa say me no mi ni nyina na bi e ko school London me papa e ne tua me ya me fees e wo London home na aban man another person scholarship and this for say enko register e the aban man no e scholarship no you be do school home a wa aban e hwe ono de e betru di but me na me tua me de yentrum di which was not fair.
Okay.
So it's more public nyoma na mo de be yet say we will be any and na me kire say but the point I'm even making is say hankora nyina no ya absorb e kan those days naka e bia because of 20 cedis or 30 cedis no obeka fi ontumi control exams omu wie exams so a almost school free secondary school free ompe we na pede we have a government oh, my opposite comes right.
There because
what you better now 7 o'clock.
Examination fee is out to more than 100%. So, sir. Private schools for registration fee. No,
private
no secondary school. Okay.
Abai
100 registration now. You have public no. Private no. You have to.
When determine examination fees or me.
Sir.
It's not WAEC.
Oh, sir.
I mean, what kind of argument
okay, I know the about the WAEC.
Debbie, and a WAEC ya
about that.
Debbie, so come on, man, for
government now will take it public in their doors. So couldn't you have taken the half
the
of it
private
for the
also? Private so.
And yeah.
It's mobile.
I know you are too. It's public no want to me.
One
but private in over to me.
Oh, massa.
Is that what they're telling us?
Nabutre.
But I'm confused with the argument no put across. Mentia say. Say me medjuma no. Me aban sa me fa me ho kase dey nsem. I didn't hear.
Did I say obi antinas into no I say NDC almost start iron.
So what
that is why you continue losing the elections.
Okay.
Me wa mo ba mu kran so na aban resources na. Instead of say ka mo de be school for nkora, mo de betua nkora na public schools fees nya de ade. Mo ba na mo chedi. But yenti o man mu ure fi gida ure fi sada in confirm no hefa
Kenny GVG wo ho
smarties I saw to it is a mini time crime
Kenny GVG
Ghana for voted you people out after just Mahama under one time because of corruption and ekoso
na dey
are you involved so them chen Ghana for entumi answer so you it you people were voted out not with a small margin so every margin.
But gradually, gradually, if you have not gotten there, then you are getting there. That's the
getting where?
Because
getting where?
On the back of corruption, I'm going to buy.
No.
Look.
Ghana for is smarter than what these people are doing.
Okay.
And then, our intention, you say, yemfa bibi ko fam obi. Enfam obi. Na Ghana for be sum hey ne koso. Echire ni asa be pacho. Yenti o memu. And o mo ankasa o mu union for NDC for union ekoya announcement. Press conference say Mark Menu your chairman why see actually almost aba be pacho
why no pacho
won't so
na see ye director
won't say
yenyi na di
GPA boss
yenyi na di
me say won't
restructuring yeah
yenyi na di restructuring it
now
official letter by restructuring
but coincidentally time Mark Menu issue by
and is it a fact and I say a fact boss is it a fact say union about out apologize and as man beka na nyano kre is it not a fact
say union members no
yes
after they know me
after they know me Mark Menu yes or the cocoa
oh money
media for money
me na
me bad so ya me why
and this is the style person mo yo oh you make allegation no na you tutu sa but we have a president omo tutu mu kire be one of them why investigate
no but that's
unlike their time you tugu mu assembly bar na president say mo akwa pa no kwa for bra betra maso ham Yet you Minister of Sports, Omko Disco Brazil, we buy ya, ye Minister, you didn't call even a higher office in the office of the president.
We also have a similar presidency and president who clears people before they even committees are set up. That's
the committee is setting up what happened.
But clearing people before committees make final decisions.
Which committee are you talking about?
I'm talking about trade ministry setting up committee. I'm talking about the energy ministry. When
this is where Muma NDC for that some of you even the
media. You talk about it.
Yes, let me talk about it. Now, I mean, for example, executive, president, when your information said, na point TB, IABB, question marks, what fresh brother be brief for me. Or the fast thing na acquire, no, or say, what was a bonny be. That is executive. Why in the Duma? If another ring, another arm of government, arm of state, parliament, as we decided, say, yes, 3 years per se, independent investigation.
Okay.
Are you telling me, sir, the executive should have waited?
Okay.
Say another arm of state, the agreement in Omuri and San Executive now. Is that what you are saying?
Well, we are sorry by Adom na say men ka say honorable I1 say na Joseph Yamin so atna say didn't come one say ma menchia ye nua men so mo agibre hwe mama G adwoa na baby musumo kumase mo agibre musumo hwe bi Akufo-Addo slams minority over Ghana card boycott. Yami message here Ghana card in senseme abane ko na ba finally president Nanotum na odiho ya kakra, especially with Ninsema Wakando. President Akufo-Addo has criticized the minority in parliament for boycotting the ongoing Ghana card registration in parliament. He has also described as extremely unfortunate. The caucus claimed that the ongoing process will denationalize citizens, and he goes on and on and on. I mean, what is the brief in Amonia Free Parliament?
Well, but Mr. Okokoye further checks.
Yes, I'll go for the drawings. Yeah.
But those are we in Sua. I'm going to say, you know, say, quite a year or Ashanti region, who one pound.
Oh, David, you see, acquire Moye, no, because my boss Santas are about not to Krubi and down.
Santas are about to Krone down and now, and almost silly one. I catch you.
Santas are about
big Jaho, CCA. Catro Nipa non fresh and Tassaran about HCA. That's one year. Are you Santasaran about on daily basis?
That is why you live.
Why do I don't know TV so can just see Santasaran about when you don't have
because last week is not a down.
No. What about information here?
News on your patch.
No, we was Santasaran about.
I will assume say, but the man
I will assume on TV. I don't have a faces in the air. Physics is not full of assumptions. Where realities are similar.
Okay, sir. It's fantastic.
But at least if you go to Tepa, the whole Tepa township. Never say a quine.
No, yes,
why should you also? I don't know what's our center Okumase.
On set.
No, I don't know what's our center Okumase. Why are you not going to a year? Your friend is saying offensive.
I've Kenya seen him
why didn't you know? I didn't know one call Kenya. Me no Cassis CA or catching 2%. When you go to Kumasi, you go to a Sokoreman. Why would
of course?
Kumaka. When the president pointed to Honorable Chairman's constituency, what is so I can't say
when former president John Dramani,
the incoming president 2020, Ekeboni, what is so I can't say. When they did it in Tafo, when they were doing as we speak with you now, me no Cassis CA. The asphalt over asphalt over project and now the danko go buy or best stop is a munyabotre any year to us again and now the danko go buy obey. He has done nothing in Ashanti region. The other can say your mama back at the sword for second phase of Kumasi Airport. I mean, so maybe back at the sword for second phase of Kumasi Airport. Your mama asphalt overlay, Munyame, Bamunsan 2 overlay. So dear and another danko go for buy 1.5 years while you are Ashanti region.
I must say a buying to us.
A buying to us, you don't come and stop a process and after 1.5 years come and restart it. So by the year twice one can what the that's the difficulties we are facing and another than for those administration. And then when say oh Tihanoma, you allow these things to pass like that.
Okay.
Because I expect you to
into Yankosu. Say what person into Yankosu.
Oh Kashanti, I know what can because what I
okay.
The wo kan o maka akire wo no. Wo kan me meka akire se ne no kure.
E ka do ndi ntuma nko anka da bia asafu ya no. Oni hwe.
Oma panyin na Nadu Dankwa Akufo no ho ye me nwanwa pa. In fact, ama enne mpanyifo asem bi wo mo kan e se opese uhu obi suban a manutumi na maniska. Enne na Nadu Dankwa Akufo ado a kire me se sam mpanyifo be na omo buye no. Pepepe ha enne na matiase. Se sa ye mauska na ye mautumi a ummu obi abi unsuru obi abi. Because the very people that Obama no now were your president are the very people he is looking down upon. Because we do matem be a too strong a word. But Obia because we do matem biana is not mistaken.
Why you run away from Ghana card? Ghana card don't move Ghana side. Mr. Briefing when Amudia Wenya.
Why the Ghana card? Why the Ghana card? The point is that who register Ghana for? And there are other forms of identifying who a Ghanaian is. In fact, one major form they identify who our president is, and our president is voted by Ghanaians. And then another Dankwa Akufo the president is by the voters' ID card. It's in another Dankwa Akufo so dien usuruntia. What's mean for voters' ID card? No. If it's an illegal document in this country, that cannot be trusted. And they Ghana for to Obama somebody they cannot trust. If an illegality has made you who you are, then you are also an illegality. That is the position. In fact, MPP for opposition, they went as far as cleaning their friend, say voters register. Abu Ramadan and never NADMU coordinator, Mahmoud Bawumia, ne in-law, family and Abu friends. Ramadan. But are you running away from the fact that na containing Mahmoud Bawumia?
Mr. Abu Ramadan has
and what's na making? Abu Ramadan asem na mike, but mpese Ghana for who the person I'm talking about, an MPP person, and a containing the vice president, family and friends asem ya ye ken. Who asem ne because ne papa so ya ambassador. Samira ne papa, aye Abu Ramadan ne papa. Ambassador, family and friends ya ne ye
PNC chairman.
At the airport. Or a PNC chairman.
No, PNC
but
chairman.
You know that or a former PNC chairman.
A former asem na okay.
Oh, at least or a PNC, right?
Okay, former Abu Ramadan, so you're former PNC youth organizer.
Indeed.
That now okay.
A committee in home MPP.
Fees now okay.
Indeed, Papa no a PNC.
But I know Sunti. But vice president.
Ghana card no reason
so.
Reason
here the hin na
okay. Na mo twem ho free Ghana card.
In the day na Nadu Dankwa Akufo so twem ho free voters ID card.
And then na ko share o machine be joma yati ase di bu
ano na serious issue. Honorable Ayet na parliament and pass emra na voters ID card na account. So what has changed? At the end, necessary MPP for bar power. When we call parliament, say at the end, one can certain parliament you two more yen from free. What are they running away from? That is the most important question. Ghana for are refusing to ask Nadu Dankwa Akufo. In fact, me say PPP for be making a statement be on that. Say NDC for a hypocrite. Now I was expecting them to say MPP for a more hypocrite because MPP for question no mbusano. They should ask the same thing to them. At the end, quote the amendment called Parliament in 2017, ko ye voters ID card in the other, Eddie frame. And Rano, are you also saying you didn't do due diligence? Are you saying members of Parliament of the MPP in the time I know more opposition, you know, almost some man kind documents, you know, who say voters ID card as a register don't go. Are you saying someone
before the Supreme Court?
But the Supreme Court has also cleared that the voters ID card it's now clear. Voters ID card. What is the Supreme Court about to do? The voters register was cleared. Voters register no per Mahmoud Bawumia's issue of Ghana for Nipani you free. So are you saying you went there because Supreme Court accept voters ID card no? And a valid document in this country. One how they call to in a court actually say yenko clean now it is a clean document. Uba power work of parliament yen sa document na atu Obama ma we member of parliament. Atu Obama ma we president yen from free. So that Ghanaians will not have access to register. You are talking about 7 million Ghanaians. Also so we printed 30 million cards this year. 23 million one card ben one are the and also a legitimate question. And another Danko Akufo-Addo is not concerned about a number of Ghanaians who have access to this Ghana card under his presidency. And you are happy with that. O president, officer another position, and position in the voters' ID card, and a means of identify who a Ghanaian is. Officer Nkoboboni Samama. What has changed today? Why is he looking down upon many of Ghanaians, especially in the one constituency?
I don't see the look down here because I say, Mrs.
Dada, say voters' ID card, the two about money. Man confusing Crofu. Man Crofu,
the one that identifies
Manon Fancy Ho. Magana for media or can honorable Ayababa can say me politics. But who Magana for say, na voters' ID card, na a card, no means of identify who a Ghanaian is. Nana do Bayer or Mampini, and what the Aqua Parliament is a year moon film, catch a Ghana for no munti, Casachro, or the amendment called back to Parliament. The Parliament amended the Ghana card law, the NIA law, idea Ghana card. Ni voters ID card na they be identify wo uni passport, uni birth certificate. So you Ghana ni
Anna but also amusi anemo mrashimi joma Adom kuma Adom kese na. E dey na mo so mukafa ho.
That is exactly the point. And it's a minority ni say they have erred. And it's yamfa amendment in Sambra back to Parliament. Ni include the voters ID card in it so that a lot of Ghanaians not at all. Yeah, Nanado didn't crop on.
Okay, but the M1 said Nanado, any MPP, it's quite surprising that now if Munya criticisms free minority, you see it as unproductive propaganda and all those things. Because maybe about some few years back, in opposition, the critique that you gave to the NPP at the NDC as of then, and the Kakrebi to from Juana Munjasi. I said,
Omani. Seka, Omame one criticism, ye in opposition.
Or the true state of the nation address.
And that means Cassia Nibio. The year are constructive.
But this is extremely constructive. The suggestions that you've raised, that majority of Ghanaians rely on voter ID card. Look at their justification. They brought the president. I brought the parliamentarian and other people.
Yes.
Adentina akoya akwensidie and assemding say muntimi fasa ade nen kan hye no magana for do na enya kwanyentimi.
Okay. Let me go back to me ayina.
Yeah.
Me say got me chair me. Criticism back where yeah. Na nya constructive and come da wase back me bom say mama. Ye criticize omu na ni akire omu a better way out. Most of the time, no better ways in why your soldiers came to pass because of my fire criticism. Almost 30 years, Kasem Basa, Dr. Baumi said, hey, the Muko idea, Mukosu that way, you be quite IMF. Anywhere, bank this on my boom. Almost the fire some pantry hall, you did free hot and pampa, a dear cuckoo IMF. A do baby no, not empo policy credibility. You knew yam to for more much as the policy and as a document Jacob baby. He said IMF for the science. You guys we need a papa. Into Amansan I can't we need to move. That is how far on me sinking. Your credibility now got lost. They didn't know what they were about. But near Chrom so no mumfa. Where Mamma started to baby or more AK voter ID card. Is it a source document? I actually say we are Ghanaian so you're Ghanaian. No. That is why Okoji import the voters ID card. You call ya the man. And I'm a boy. Would the be quiet so you're Ghanaian and send a year mouse our card. That means that document itself and your source document show nationality. It is the day ya omuye. Nipa no so voter ID card or eden unyaye or the other say birth certificate. Yeah, and the most say omu bi no, enu bi no de koko prove ni nationality. Ana say or the passport and the ko prove ni nationality and the most say document nipa ni bi. Ana say ye ma obi be di adanse. And the most munya obi a me di adanse e ma sa ankrofo no. And odi nya voter ID card. All the source documents no mo de ko gina so enya national voters ID card. And then the most say no munya available. If something has changed, I only there sir. All my say nkudi adanse no. first naka me ba police station here be true dia me because Kwabena Sante ofia am friend me nim no mo ntro ne die ne ya twero ene de ye se wo be swear oath e wo kwa o commission of oath et want to
di try mranso
afa who try empo 20-30 years time never dead dia because we sign wo swear oath nti no emra no bedi that is their fear ohun akromfo for fear say me ko dia dance kurubu bia o china de me ada ho ntino and me nko di adanse krum otherwise say genuinely ufia yam frɛ o ma hene minim sɛ me no ne fia yam frɛ ha mo na makɔ na me sɛ me ba no na me wɔfrɛ nie nti mo nya yi a what should be my fear me sign document no ama ya twro udi what is your fear now nipa ni nya voters ID card apart from this 4 means ya make no so no that time no obi kita health insurance card a otumi edai ekɔkɔgye voters ID card ewa bra health insurance no so no ebi betrotro mudin all not because they about to kwa ne hian mo because no person buy access free medical care ewa Ghana because of person free medical care ewa Ghana ntino otumi betro anything register our health insurance eyinumu enya health insurance card ogina no so e de kwa e de kokotro ne din enya voters ID card because of that ntino obi the court supreme court a rule say yampa yes yampa it came out say yampa say ebinom enye Ghana for but because we kita health insurance card na electoral commission so gye sa card no the church wodi ntino ebi din abepie ye voters register no nti electoral commission kwa dey enko clean the register question na ndc for perhaps omonwe hu ehu ne say the fact say electoral commission impossible to me cleaning register now one call out there to collect the cards.
So they are still valid.
So the cards were still in the hands of those people. Say me nye Ghana ni me kita health insurance card. Enu nti metumi akwa tro me din e wo mo electoral register ayimu. So echire no Supreme Court rule per Abu Ramadan. Say there be yehu sa hoko bi din e wo ye register no mu. Eti electoral commission go out there ne ko yi omu din fi register no mu. Ampa omko yi din ni bi fi register no mu. Portion na me be saying this for say anasa ankrofo no ye ko mo kokogigi sa cars nana ya ngigi sa cars na film so they are still holding on to those cars making it possible says ye case ye beko so use sa card no as an identification of who a Ghanaian is or the sa card no even though ni din register ni bi or the sa card no ekro NI officer obi ani bibi or dey kwa check say we ye genuine card or not through that no obesa be register as a Ghanaian.
But what is the challenge? So be the voters ID card. What's the challenge?
What is the what?
What is the
and I make say now you did per the Supreme Court ruling no. I bet there am pampa yen say bia me fi Burkina Faso. And because I me health insurance ntino. Me use our card no. E dey control me di electoral commission register no. Me kita ba ho kita sa card no. Right?
You are Burkinabe.
Me ye Burkinabe.
Ghanaian insurance.
No Ghanaian insurance and me use no as a
voter ID card.
E dey voter ID card. Now mo ko clean electoral commission ko clean in his corner no. We yi me dey fi register no. Ba me da ho kita voters ID card no. Me da ho kita. It is here control the fufura who a Ghanaian is. Na me Burkinabe because me da ho kita that old card no. Me say I go throw me dey abede no.
But passport and birth cert doesn't guarantee a full Ghanaian.
There's nothing be a full proof, but at least it's a base document. It's a source document. I don't know obi eko bokro no dia koye if it's a birth certificate. Next is any da no.
So iyamina no ade ama president enya over 1 million votes. Sa de corner year film say
enya de corner year film ye chere say sa document no.
Ya nyinti asoman.
Enya document a etumi di adance yes obi e Ghana because there has been evidence. And there's still evidence, even according to Omar MP, Amaboa, Kufi Amaboa, Elembele MP. Say yes, foreign during the election, who foreigners take a voters ID card. It's like I said now, no, yes, I bet you to deal for. But this time, you perceive who a true Ghanaian is. It would be about our birth certificate, bra. Who need birth certificate of our passport, bra. Who need passport, ma, Ubushi and Libi, Emedia dance here. Say ampa ufi krom ha na emom oba obesan obeso odu aside document e wo ho na ontua hwe ye gene hwe
All right.
We
Making kinds of the messages. Making kinds of the messages. So what requirements did we use in obtaining the voters ID card in the first place? I don't get the NDC drift. KBAC was second D. And another one says that some of us use our old voters ID to register for the new one.
The first one,
and then Honorable Donina, President Donina, was saying, ask Yami whether they paid for the projects he's referring to or whether they left money to pay for such. It's because of elections. President Mahama rushed to cut the saw. Okay, and then Musa Abato, Kumasi Somaini, directive by President Kufuor to place temporary travel ban on government officials is a political gimmick. And this one also says, Senior, please ask Benjamin Aye, government didn't pay for private schools. Government didn't pay for private schools where heads of some private schools are collected registration fees from the candidates but failed to pay, depriving the kids from writing the exams. Okay, so your concern is about the private schools. Some pine. I'll say, I don't think Yamin is blind. These roads where we are fixing got damaged years ago. What did NDC do about them? He shouldn't waste our ears with cheap propaganda. This BEC logic from the NDC is the same they use for free feeding. And did they extend it to private schools? Ata Owusu William and so Anope Owusu Ajibra Oshibi. And this one says, it's good that President Kufuor have ordered his deputy ministers and the MMDCs not to travel abroad because this directive will surely save taxpayers' money. Yeah, Sanki Dena de way Ediaba. I mean, what do you?
You see. Hemingway say honorable I argue on that line, but Hemingway be brilliant so now HSM mean face reality because that is the position of the president and in Abai.
In terms of day,
look, Ghana card na Ukraine. Foreigner is required to register. When he has to because a Ghana need to get a Ghana card. So unimsa.
But the main case where you're foreigner,
of course, the foreigner no about. Bibia obetimi access the card or all requirement or the access card. I don't know what's what pretending who's a Ghana need before being as a card. That is one. The other point is that health insurance now you need a free one and ye foreigners in a free one. When you said they are Ghanaians who registered with the health insurance and were asked to be deleted. The court ruling was that obi our health insurance in the register in free. And you know the number of Ghanaians are affected by the health insurance card as identification. And when you're concerned about
but those people registered.
You are not concerned
if
about some
if you almost your mama can just almost register and now man register.
Doesn't need their vote.
Oh, but I okay,
that's what I'm saying that
extreme, but the also it makes a lot of sense because
it makes a sense to
the
him.
Fear that they have is that a lot of Ghanaians are going to be deprived.
How?
That process is Nipa media dance here.
Ghana Hamwa, only Bushini when you crum home, Obit media dance or a Ghanaian. Ghana ni bien ham. This be any pano sa zana ma for your turn to me. Obe do makura sa yam fra. No person dance Ghana ni. Otherwise, what is that his point? What is his point?
Ghana card yam fan to about. Ghana
so
card
what is your fear?
Yam fan to about.
What is your fear?
And into obi I will say about 20 and will be fear no. That person is making a mistake. Okay. The point is that now the Danko Kufuor the na buying. Episode which is a Ghana phobia, Ghana force in Yebino.
Oh, my say,
and that is why. And now, the question is, say, who is an anadu? Because open here. That is why I want to come into your masino. None the party didn't oppose the identification modes of registering. What is all more opposing?
No, I'm because that time not Supreme Court and rules said that the Supreme Court ruling. It's after that the Supreme Court
didn't rule say voter register say card no kura won wrong.
Look.
The Supreme Court didn't rule that. And the point is that Nana Danko Akufo-Addo will position. Na ye the voters ID card.
Okay.
Ebe register. O my Mr. The last point, the be an watch am. Nyame ya adoma. Saturday ebe. na adanse akufo omo election yede
NDC elections, constituency elections.
Yes.
Saturday
week. Can one sana.
Adanse akufo.
Wa be catch him say time na.
Okay, Adanse akufo. This Saturday.
The yan wa carry.
Okay.
Oman we there enye politics.
Yeah, they win, bra.
So normally parliament ye koya amendment of a law biana. First question be say defect ben na wo
Mra no ho.
Emra no ho ti e pese ye besisa no.
Yeah.
Ye nya amendment for amendment sake. So
the defense are that don't deprive a lot of Ghanaians from voting. That's what they are saying. Don't deprive a lot of Ghanaians from getting access to the Ghana card.
Omani chiwa ade na see. Said on all kind or say add then 9 people for an oppose to first na ye accept voters ID card and now did not oppose. And I make sure say that was at the time one.
Supreme Court
ruling no. It's a China Supreme Court ruling ne ba ya.
You need to amend it.
It makes it unconstitutional. That is why being here said there must be an amendment.
No,
but there's still the defect.
But there's still a defect.
That is why MPs did not oppose it.
The defect is
you see why your MP did not oppose it in the chamber because defect no.
Okay, so
defect near be change no. But omu fi on mobile street so no and as if you omu be your street politics.
Okay. You be see bra now be bra that's why you start bra. What's the Ghana card?
Champion Louis.
But you jada vie for we.
Go Dunkwa boy.
Okay, sir. Dunkwa boy.
Yes. And now Daniel Louis no why ye fimu.
My account and debit me through.
Over here Louis no we java ba so what's that?
Now to ade
on. I'm cutting just best as I do.
Ghana be not on. Hey. Oh, a guy.
Oh, a guy.
Oh, but Ghana card.
Offense or cross.
Oh, Ghana card. But the Ghana card.
Let me say young fan couple.
Mami Musa say couple the Ghana card.
When you never take him on, you fan public. You fan public. Oh man, you don't deceive people.
No, me say
who Ghana because at the end of my public.
That's all public. That's all public. No, don't me say I'm for Ghana card.
There be restricted institutions being started.
He's under that category.
980 no count.
980.
First time.
Yeah. But me say also card for sale. Now they able say can tree cars also one after the other.
O say the flat fell. So you go turn na unto me go down turn na.
Eti yako ya be fie. Wa ba fa ladder, ya fa ladder.